You're about to learn one of the most underrated secrets about confidence and communication, something most men never figure out when it comes to connecting with women. By the time you finish watching this video, you'll have a clear idea of how to hold a natural conversation, how to make someone enjoy talking to you, and how to leave a strong, genuine impression. Let's start simple. You're here, she's there, you want to talk to her. What do you say? What should you talk about, and how do you make the conversation flow smoothly? Here's the first mistake most guys make. They overthink everything. What topic to start with, what tone to use, how to sound impressive. But here's the truth. The more you overthink, the less authentic you sound. So before we even get into techniques or conversation skills, you need to shift your mindset. When you talk to someone you're attracted to, remember this: they're just a person. That's it. Don't put them on a pedestal. Don't treat them like they're a prize to win. Approach them as an equal. When you do this, two things happen. You become more relaxed and confident. They feel more comfortable around you. Now, let's talk about attraction. Not as a game, but as psychology. Attraction isn't something you can force. It's a natural response that comes from how people feel around you. For women, attraction often starts with emotional connection, how you make them feel in your presence. If you can make someone feel comfortable, curious, and engaged, you're already doing better than 90% of people. It's important to understand that attraction happens on a subconscious level. No one decides, I'm going to like this person. It just happens, based on confidence, attitude, and the energy you project. Think of it like this. When you start talking to someone, they naturally start reading your vibe. They pick up on your tone, your posture, your eye contact, all the small things that say more than words ever could. That's why the foundation of being more attractive or interesting isn't about tricks or lines. It's about how you carry yourself, how you see yourself. If you see yourself as confident, comfortable, and valuable, people pick up on that energy automatically. But if you approach with hesitation, nerves, or self-doubt, that comes across too. In this video, we're going to focus on how to project that quiet confidence through your mindset, your body language, and the way you speak so that your interactions feel effortless and genuine. Let's start with something simple that most people overlook: body language. You've probably heard 100 different opinions about body language. Keep your head up, don't put your hands in your pockets, sit straight. Forget all of that. Most of it is useless without the right mindset behind it. Let's simplify this. There are only 3 core principles you need to understand about body language, and they all come down to how comfortable and confident you feel in your own skin. First, most people lean toward the person they're talking to, especially if they're nervous or trying too hard to make a good impression. That's a mistake, because it signals neediness or uncertainty. Instead, stay grounded. Keep your posture relaxed. Let your body say, I'm comfortable here. You don't need to lean in to show interest. Your confidence will do that for you. Second, when something doesn't go the way you want in a conversation, stay composed. You don't need to chase approval or over-explain yourself. If someone disagrees or isn't interested, simply stay calm and move on. The ability to walk away, both mentally and physically, is a clear sign of self-respect. People notice that. Confidence isn't about dominating others. It's about showing that you're at peace with yourself. Third, and most important, think about how you act around someone you really respect versus someone you're completely comfortable with. When you're around an authority figure, you probably sit up straight, watch your tone, maybe even overthink your words. But when you're with a close friend, you relax completely. You don't care how you're sitting. You just are. That's the energy you want when talking to anyone, including someone you're attracted to. Be comfortable. Sit how you like. Speak how you feel. Don't perform. Don't posture. If you want to put your hands in your pockets, do it. If you want to lean back, lean back. If you want to move around, move. The point is not to follow rules. It's to show that you're naturally at ease. Because real confidence doesn't come from pretending to be calm. It comes from being okay with who you are. And that's something you should apply beyond dating, in work, in friendships, in every part of your life. Stop trying to impress. Start focusing on being authentic. Now that we've covered body language, let's move into conversation. How to actually connect when you talk. Here's a simple formula that works in almost any situation. 50% of the conversation should be about them, their thoughts, their experiences, their perspective. 30% should be about the environment or shared topics, things happening around you. And the last 20% should be about you. Here's why that ratio works. When you talk less about yourself, you come across as confident and genuinely curious, not like you're trying to prove something. The person who dominates a conversation with stories about themselves is usually the one trying to win approval. Think of it like a job interview. It's mostly about you because you're trying to get the position. But in normal conversations, especially with someone new, balance matters. Show curiosity. Ask questions. Listen carefully. When you focus on the other person, their interests, dreams, or what excites them, you make them feel seen. And that's powerful. Because everyone wants to be around people who make them feel understood. Then, sprinkle in some light talk about your surroundings, the setting, music, vibe, or whatever is happening in the moment. Keep it natural. Don't force topics. The less you overthink what to say, the smoother everything flows. When you're talking to someone, imagine you're sitting next to an old friend, someone you've known for years. You're relaxed, joking around, saying whatever comes to mind. That's the energy you want to bring into any new conversation. It's okay to be lighthearted or even a little silly sometimes. You don't need to sound smart or serious all the time. In fact, trying too hard to sound impressive usually has the opposite effect. So loosen up. Let your personality breathe. Talk about whatever feels natural. Small, random things. The key is to sound real, not rehearsed. During that middle part of the conversation, the 30% where you're just talking about anything, don't stress about picking the perfect topic. Just flow with it. If you disagree on something, stay calm. You're not there to prove a point or win an argument. Remember, real confidence means you're not desperate for approval. Now, when it comes to the 20% that's about you, there's one golden rule. Don't try to impress. You don't need to list your achievements, brag about your goals, or talk about how successful you are. That's not confidence. That's validation seeking. Here's what actually works. Self-awareness and humility. When you share stories about yourself, make them human, funny, relatable. If you can laugh at yourself, you instantly show that you're comfortable with who you are. It's the opposite of trying too hard, and people respect that. Another powerful thing to remember is leave some mystery. Being mysterious doesn't mean being secretive or fake. It just means you don't need to reveal everything about yourself right away. When someone asks personal questions like where you work, what you're doing this weekend, or what your past relationships were like, you don't have to give a full biography. Keep it light, playful. For example, if someone asks, "So what do you do for work?" you can smile and say, "Wow, straight to the interview questions already." It's playful, confident, and keeps the energy flowing. The less you overshare, the more curious people become. That's how you create genuine interest, by being comfortable holding a little back. Now, there's something else that often happens when you're getting to know someone. They'll test your confidence, even without realizing it. They might make a teasing comment, disagree with you, or question something you said. Not to be rude, but to see if you'll stay composed. This is what psychologists call testing for congruence. People do it subconsciously to see if your attitude matches your words, if you're genuinely confident or just acting confident. Here's how to handle it. Don't react emotionally. Don't try to defend yourself or prove anything. Stay calm, smile, and keep your energy steady. When you can hold your ground without getting flustered, it speaks louder than anything you say. And that's the mindset that separates people who try to impress from people who naturally attract. Here's one of the most important body language lessons you'll ever learn. Imagine sitting next to someone powerful, maybe a boss, a celebrity, or someone you really look up to. How do you sit? Most people tense up. They straighten their back, force a smile, and overthink every move. They're not relaxed. They're performing. Now imagine you're sitting next to your best friend, someone you've known for years. You're relaxed, maybe leaning back, legs stretched out, talking freely. You're not worried about how you look or sound, you're just you. That difference right there, comfort versus tension, says everything about confidence. When two people talk, the one who feels more comfortable usually